Hi everyone, Raksha here. Today I'm setting up some more COVID and isolation related spreads. I know everyone's finding it quite difficult to stay positive at the moment. It's not easy to feel positive and grateful all the time, but I have found some bullet journal spreads that can really help. Before going into that, I'm first going to do a timeline because I just want to capture some of the key things that have been happening at the moment. I did the title with a fine liner and some new stamps that I bought. I think the stamps are going to take some getting used to because I made a bit of a mess, as you can see. I'm doing some medical and virus related doodles around the page as well. Above the main timeline, I'm capturing what happened in December and January when the outbreak first started in China. And then the bigger space will cover February and March. One day, this will be a major event in history that we all lived through. I'll show my kids this timeline and they'll see how serious it really was. They won't even be able to believe that there was once a time that everyone had to stay in their houses and all schools were closed. I'll be recording some of the key global events, like when various countries had their first cases and when they went on lockdown. I'll include a bit more detail on the UK rise in cases and the measures that were taken here in the UK. I've got the date that COVID was officially declared a pandemic, when schools closed, and when social distancing began. I'm quite happy with how it turned out. It's quite difficult capturing so much information on one timeline, but I think I've narrowed it down to the key points. The next page is a quote page. There's a quote I love from Harry Potter, which I think is really important to remember right now. I'm drawing a street light and writing the quote on top of it. The quote is, "Happiness can be found even in the darkest of times, if one only remembers to turn on the light." Just like us, Hogwarts was on some sort of lockdown and there were Death Eaters everywhere, and Dumbledore, wise as always, reminded everyone to stay positive and always see the light even in darkness. This quote leads into my next few spreads perfectly. These spreads really helped me focus on the positives amongst all of the scary and sad news that we're receiving today. This next spread is about opportunities. A lot of the time, with a big change comes opportunity. I'm listing on one side all of the things that we can't do right now, and next to it, what we can do instead, and the opportunity it gives us. So we can't eat out. I can, however, get better at cooking, get more efficient in the kitchen, eat better, and introduce the kids to new food at home. We can't take the kids to nursery, but we have been having relaxed family breakfasts instead of doing the nursery drop-off, and morning yoga with the kids too. We can't go on holiday, but we can use the money we save to go on a bigger trip later on. I haven't run this past my husband yet, but he'll hear about it when he watches this video. Staying at home has also led to a slower pace, and we're getting the quality time together that we usually only get when we're on holiday. We can't visit family or see friends, but we can video chat. My kids are constantly wanting to video chat with their cousins, and this outbreak has led to more interactions with them than they would normally have, which has been really nice. Here I'm going to list all of the good things that have come out of the isolation period. I'm going to have 6 categories, one for Rahul and one for Ray, where I'll list things related to their development, and sections listing what I'm enjoying, what I'm grateful for, what I want more of, and what I want to improve. The kids have actually developed so fast since being at home and are learning lots of good habits too. Don't get me wrong, there are bad habits that they've picked up as well, but right now I'm focusing on the positives. I'm also getting the chance to share my hobbies and interests with them too, which has been quite nice. This is the list of things that I'm enjoying. Things like family meals, video chats, baking and journaling. It's really helpful to make yourself aware of these things that you're enjoying, even the tiniest and simplest things. Some things that I'm grateful for are good food on the table, flexible jobs, a positive attitude, and that my loved ones are safe and healthy. There's quite a long list of things to be grateful for, even at a time like this. People are going through really hard times all over the world, and I've seen clips from India, for example, on the news where people are starving on the streets because they can't go out to work. My heart goes out to all of those people. I've messed up the titles and put the grateful list in the more of list, so I'm going to use a white pen to remove the titles and write over them. I'm also listing what I want to do more of during this period and what can be improved. Things like snacking, choosing fruit over crisps, and getting more quality time with my son Rahul, because I realise that all of my time is spent with my 2-year-old daughter Ray, since 2-year-olds are a little bit more demanding than 4-year-olds. But now that I'm aware, I can make some changes to how we all structure our time together and get more out of it. Finally, I have a spread listing the things that are in my control. Things like my own social distancing, having a positive attitude, all the fun things that we can do at home, and even sharing positivity. All of the things that are in our control are the things that we should focus on. Outside of this are the things that are not in my control. These are the things that you have to try not to dwell on and let go of, because there's only so much you can do about them. Things like how other people respond to this, or how long it will last, whether others will follow social distancing rules, and even whether there's any toilet roll left in supermarkets. I know these might seem like obvious things, but I do think it's really helpful to be aware of the things that are in your control and focusing on those things, and then trying really hard not to overthink the things that are out of your control. Here's my final flip through. I feel really positive and grateful after making these lists, and I hope you do too. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon to get notifications when I post a new video. I plan to post a new video every week. See you soon, and stay healthy and safe.